Hey, East Coast, how you doing? A minute, Mina. Hey, TJ.
Good, bro.
Hey, Joe, how's it go?
Soon as I get on, they start barking.
Well, I know the
It
feeling.
must be
She's over
related to
here yelling at
Lloyd's.
me too. What do you want? Go eat your
Stop.
breakfast. Go eat your
They
breakfast.
must be related to Lloyd's dogs.
Go eat your breakfast. I'll be right back, Joe.
Yeah. TJ.
What's up, Joe? Them dogs already barking this morning?
They started barking as soon as I got on.
Oh Lord.
I've been fooling with the internet all morning. I get
Wait,
on the
where were
show,
you?
he says, "Oh,
Where were you earlier this morning? You said you just got home. Where were you?
no, I mean I've been on all day since this morning.
Oh, oh,
Sitting here waiting for the crazy child.
oh. There you go. Oh yeah, your grandchild comes today, don't she?
Yeah,
What time is
I can't
she
get a
supposed
break.
to get there?
Anyway, I'll get a text on the way.
TJ, it's a happy laughter Monday morning with TJ. Hey,
That was pretty good. That's a good one.
nothing makes your day
That's pretty
happier,
funny.
Joe, than TJ being on here giggling and laughing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's pretty good. That's funny.
See you then.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I gotta shoot tomorrow night.
Oh, do you?
Night out against crime. I shoot for the police department.
What are you gonna do? Follow the cops around or what?
No, they got a big thing over at the trailhead here. Big party they put up.
Oh, it's a party shoot. Okay, I thought maybe you're
Yeah,
gonna follow the cops around and bust people.
yeah just I walk around, just shoot, just some candid shots of people. Give them the pictures. They feed me, and he makes me give him an invoice. He pays me $150.
Cool.
I'm out there for about an hour and a half.
Which pupper dog are you gonna take with you?
I'm not taking anybody with me. It gives me one more day to get better.
Yeah, you sound a little better this morning.
I feel a little better,
There you
but
go.
the day is not over with.
Yeah. What you been taking?
I've been taking a Mucinex with a cough suppressant in it and Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus when it, like every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
They're breaking up because I'm sleeping better.
I guess
that's a
that
good thing.
Mucinex, I guess that Mucinex tends to help some.
Well, the thing is all the drainage I got going on, it's just thick. It's real thick. And the Mucinex
Yeah.
is making it drain. But it's like, but every 6 hours, if I don't take it and I let it linger for an hour or two, I start coughing bad.
Yeah.
And I
So
hate
it's like
to take it
it's
every
like
6
that.
hours.
It's like that commercial with the green blob walking around, like, still not coughing.
Yeah. And I'll be perfect. All of a sudden, right here, I feel something
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah,
tickle,
like a little tickle right there.
a little scratch, and it makes me cough.
Tickly, tickly, tickly.
Tickly, tickly.
What's up, Frank?
Tickly, 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 tickly.
Brenda?
That's funny.
Russell?
That's
Brian?
funny. Oh goodness.
I slept
TJ,
good last night.
What are you up to today, TJ? You got to work?
Yeah, I don't go until 3 though. So Lisa I texted Lisa to see how she was. We were supposed to get together yesterday. I don't go until 3 today or yesterday. But like I reached out to her and we were gonna go flying yesterday, but her stomach was bothering her or whatever. So she's feeling better this morning. So she's got laundry and such to do this morning, and was gonna hit me up after she got finished doing laundry and whatnot. So
Go ahead, Joe. Sorry to interrupt you, Joe.
That's all right.
But hopefully we can get some flying in before the rain moves in, hopefully.
Is it supposed to move in?
Yeah. At least that's what it said anyway. You know how the weather is. It says one thing and then it does a completely different thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I have a dentist appointment in the morning. I'm trying to cancel because I don't want to sit there in the chair and start coughing.
Oh yeah. That wouldn't be good. They're like down there like scratching your teeth all of a sudden you go and then something happens like, oh shit, oh my mouth is bleeding.
Take my lip off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure
Definitely.
the doctor doesn't want you coming in there either.
Yeah.
Or it's a teeth cleaning. It'd be
Well, getting that full crown, real crown put on. That temporary.
So that would be at the doctor's appointment, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I called them and left a message. They're supposed to call me back.
I always hate going to the dentist because like when they're poking around in there and like scratching your teeth and whatnot, it's like, ooh. It makes me nervous.
Different than you.
I hate when they
pulling on
clean
your
his
mustache.
sensitive
What the hell's the difference? It's all attached through the lip, you know.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh goodness.
So what's Johnny been up to, Joe?
I haven't talked to John. I didn't get on the show yesterday because, like I said, I didn't get up till late. He caught up with me Sunday. And like last night, I was sitting there and I wanted to go to bed about 10. But I had to stay up a little bit because I was finished stuff. Everything was finished. All my editing had been finished. And I waited to post it till late last night. I just don't want to post stuff early because I don't want to expect it early. And I finally went to the back, and as soon as I got in the back, it's like 11 o'clock. I go to lay down, start coughing.
Oh,
As soon as I lay down. So I got to sit there for a while. So all the medicine kicks in.
so the medicine
And it
actually
kicked you.
stops you from coughing?
Well, yeah. When everything starts loosening up, it stops.
That's good.
I think if you eat a tablespoonful of honey, I think that helps too.
Don't work.
Oh
I
no.
tried.
No.
I think he's probably tried a teaspoon of everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because somebody was on here yesterday told you to try a teaspoon of toilet water.
Justin's trying to get me drunk. He keeps telling me to go get some booze.
Right, he's telling you drink some booze.
Drink some booze. Toilet water. That's hilarious.
No, I tell you, I should have, about the second day of this, I should have went and got an antibiotic.
Yep.
But like I said, it still would have taken the same time.
Yeah, but the thing of it is I know how stubborn you are because I can be that way just a little bit, but not to the extent you are. You're a pretty stubborn guy.
Well, it didn't really hit me till after that game Wednesday night. Because I was just stuffed up, and it was the stuff I've lived with stuff like that before. And that game I went to, it was like I coughed a little bit at the game, and when I got back home, I was fine. I woke up that next morning, and it was like, God darn it, what happened? Hey, baby's on the way.
Well, that's right. You got baby practice today.
You see, that's the thing. If I didn't have her, I'd be better. I would actually, if I didn't have the baby, I would probably go back to bed.
Yeah.
Does your face hurt you there, Joe?
Yeah, it's hurting you too.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Yeah.
It sure is killing me.
I heard one yesterday. What's an astronaut's favorite key on a keyboard?
An astronaut's favorite key on a keyboard? Let me think about this. Astronaut is in space. There's planets around.
Delete, enter, return. It's got to be return.
Space bar. Space
Yeah.
bar.
The space bar. Yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't.
Another art joke.
I thought it
The
maybe
only problem.
what combination of keys is the R2D2?
Here's a British
Uh,
joke for you. My buddy from England, he says butt cheeks. One word, or should we spread them apart?
That is funny.
Another British joke he gave me. I spilled glue on my deck of cards, and I'm having trouble dealing with it.
Yeah, that's funny too.
Wait, I spilled glue on my deck of cards. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm having a hard time dealing with it. Brenda wanted to know if he got that cruise ship this morning.
Yes,
Uh,
Oh, okay.
that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, East Coast, I feel a little better, but I still feel that. I think it's the medicine making me feel that way. I got
Go
more voice
Seahawks.
back today.
What's that?
Go Seahawks.
Seahawks? Who roots for
They
the
play
Detroit
Seahawks?
they play
tonight.
Detroit tonight.
Oh, well, sorry for your loss.
My wife wants
Next
to go
week.
to Costco at 4:30 to pick up a rug, and the game starts at 5. It's like, okay, well, I'll record it, and probably have to watch the first quarter in speed up mode.
What you getting a
Well,
rug for?
Oh, she
The-
thinks we
the
need
sleep
one for
one.
the family room.
Oh, at your beach house?
No, at his house.
Oh, at his house? Do you have a rug already at your house?
We do, but it's kind of worn. We've had it a couple years, and
No.
we'll probably move that one up into our bedroom because our dog, before she passed away, got really sick all over the rug, and we really never got the stain out of it. So we'll probably throw the rug that we have in the family room in the bedroom, and then replace.
I think there's companies that you can send your rugs and stuff to, and they'll clean them for you. But that's probably like a little expensive.
Yeah, I think we're gonna put hardwood in our bedroom at some point, but just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we have tile in the living room, dining room, and kitchen areas, and then laminate hardwood flooring through the upstairs.
In the house I owned, I did all of that work. I did all the hardwood flooring, put it all down. It was a laminate. I had a 15 by 20 and a 13 by 19 kitchen. We put it in down the hallway and everything. Did all that work. A year later, the hot water heater started leaking. Got underneath it and we had to rip it all up.
Don't
The
you just
life
hate
of a
that?
home.
Well, it sucked. We ripped all the kitchen up, and I cut it to where where the water went to. Cut it right at the hallway. Left the hallway, and I cut where the living room was good. It was just a little piece. The living room, I said we got sofas on top of that. Is good for now. And I pulled everything out because the insurance company told me it's my responsibility now to stop it. You know, to stop any more damage. I told them it was the kitchen and it might be going into the living room. And I got paid more than it cost me to put it down. You know, I got like triple the cost. So
Really?
I made money in the deal. But I looked at my wife and I said, I'm not putting this down anymore. Not in here. We went out and found ceramic tile, and I put ceramic tile out in the kitchen. Ceramic tile in the kitchen is beautiful. You know what the bad part is? Walking on it. When you walk on ceramic tile on top of cement the whole time, it hurts your feet.
I wonder how often the moon is in the east at sunrise.
You sure it's the same moon, the right moon you're looking at? But they got two moons up.
Yeah.
We have an asteroid right now that is orbiting the Earth. That they said at certain times it looks like we got two moons.
Yeah. No, this is the moon, but it's not in the east very often at sunrise. It's almost always in the west. But it's due east right now at about 3 o'clock, maybe. Not well. Would that be 3 o'clock? 2 o'clock, maybe. And it's a sliver of a moon. I can see the full moon behind it. in the outline.
I got a
Beautiful
full tune right here. That's pretty good. That's funny. What's up, Don?
Donald. Cool Cats in the chat.
I'm not really sure, Cool Cat. Michael, I don't know. Says how much of the Earth's gravity are astronauts being subjected to while orbiting the Earth?
None.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be the right answer.
That's why they're floating around up there, you know?
Yeah, they're just floating.
I'll tell you how you test that theory. Go out on your front porch and jump up in the air and see if you come down. Well, you tested that theory in that tree. You came down.
I definitely was not floating that day. I definitely
TJ, do it 2 out of 3 times though.
Yeah.
I do it 2 out of 3 times. Climb really high and just fall down. Like I'm definitely not floating. I'm definitely falling now.
Just leaving her.
She's got her Disney attire on this morning.
Yep. Tired.
What's up, Don?
Okay, the astronauts who are floating in space are being subjected to a lot of the Earth's gravity, most of the Earth's gravity. They're constantly falling, but never landing because they're falling towards the Earth, but going at speed to where they fall around the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
So they are not subject to zero gravity.
Stop.
Well,
So
Don, how do you figure? Because
Science?
I've seen them floating upside down and they don't move.
I figure by science,
And
they are moving. They're moving at hundreds of miles an hour.
Yeah, but they're not sinking or rising. Gravity pulls, right?
Yes, and gravity is pulling on them, but they are not moving in relationship to the capsule that they are in.
But the capsule is not going up or down.
Yes, it is. It's falling constantly. That's what orbiting is called. Orbiting is a constant falling towards the gravitational well. But because they're moving at a speed fast enough, they are falling. So the Earth is round. Hold on.
I don't get that, Donald, because the space,
All right. So they launch.
station,
Okay.
the space station is in orbit.
Well,
And
okay.
it is not falling.
Well, watch. I'm going to use a pointer here. So they launch, right? If they launch
I'm
and
not
they
seeing
launch,
anything.
you don't see me?
No,
You don't see an orange?
no. Just a minute. Okay, yep, okay.
All right. So if they were here, and I'm just going to use the tip of my chopstick here, if they launched straight up to the distance that they're at, they would not hover there and be weightless. They would fall. Correct?
Don't know.
Yes, this is correct. Because what they do is they launch at they launch at a speed where they can then go around the Earth. So they are going up and they're falling back. But since they are going this way and they're falling, at a certain point, you would, if they aren't going fast enough, they would degrade their orbit and they would land into the Earth. So they have to get a certain speed to where they are falling. But as they're falling, they're also gaining distance on the Earth. So they're constantly going around the Earth and falling towards it. It's physics. Trust me. Trust me. They are subject to gravity. They do the same thing in the Vomit Comet. Have you ever heard of the Vomit Comet?
No.
It's a plane that they train people for zero gravity in, where they fly up and then they free fall to Earth. Okay,
Oh, yeah, because,
they do parabolas. And so while they're in the airplane, it feels like they're weightless because they are falling to Earth at the same speed as the airplane. So they become weightless inside the airplane. They're not really weightless. They're just falling at the same rate as the airplane.
well, what's the answer for physics if you fly halfway to the moon? Which planet do you fall toward?
At that point, that is called a when you're between two gravitational wells. There is a name for it. Give me a second.
Stuck
I'll
in the
think of
middle.
it.
Stuck in the middle, Joe says.
No, no, there is a name for it, but I cannot remember at this moment what it is. I'll think of it in a second. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Warren said your brain is huge.
But yeah, Cool Cat woke up this morning, or Cool Cat waited till everybody woke up in the U.S. this morning and decided to get you guys with the trick question. He's been awake for 5 hours or so, so he's like, I'm going to mess with them.
I had one huge cup of coffee this morning. I might need another one.
I need to put on a belt. My pants are falling down.
Was it the bowl?
The pole.
Bowl. Was it your bowl of coffee?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the bowl of
my
coffee.
my
That's it.
my bowl of coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I did wake up at like 3 something this morning because I got hungry, so I did come down and have a big bowl of cereal.
And when he says big bowl, it was a big bowl.
It was a big bowl, yes.
Russell, that is one of my fears. Donald has Alzheimer's. He doesn't know it. That's one of my biggest fears is when I get older, my mind will go and I will be making jokes. And I make some off-color jokes. And there's a lot of off-color jokes I think of that I never say. And I'm afraid I'm going to be making a joke and everyone will think that I was serious.
That's funny. But at the same time, we know it's your dry humor.
Right.
Like Uncle Bill, he has
versus wet humor.
They'll be talking about something. I'll make a joke like, yeah, that's just like that time I molested the dog. And all the nurses will get quiet and walk away. And I'll be like thinking, but I was funny and they didn't laugh. And they'll be thinking, he molested a dog.
That's kind of like Uncle Bill's dry humor. He tells a lot of funny jokes too, but sometimes it's hard to tell if he was joking or being serious because then like he'll laugh at the end. I'm like, oh, that was a joke, so I'm just gonna laugh. Uh, Russell said Don will be in a nursing home and a 300-pound nurse will be feeding him and he will now starve to death. You don't have a disclaimer tattoo on your forehead, Don, do you? Because Warren wants to know, do you like me and have a disclaimer tattoo on your forehead?
The problem with down here, I can't read YouTube at the same time.
What are you making for breakfast, Don?
Coffee.
What do the kids eat for breakfast? Coffee or what?
Little girl sometimes does. Cool Cat, gravitational equipotentiality would be a description of it, but there is a name for it, and I'm
what is I was trying to read that. I was like equal what?
equipotentiality. It means that either way will be equally. But that'd be a good description of it.
Of what you're trying to think of. Come on, Don, get them brain waves going.
I'm trying. I could look it up, but that would be cheating.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like if sometimes like when you can't think of it, like, damn, what is that? Then you have to like Google it. Like, oh, that's what it was. Time to get the brain waves going. The brain waves going. Da 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 da. All right, Warren. You have a great day yourself. Don't work too hard out there. He'll be like pacing back and forth, like trying to think of that one thing. Like, oh, there it is.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do.
Like right there on the tip of your tongue, but you can't spit it out, so you just like pace back and forth and be like, what
Nope,
is it?
nope. It's back here in a filing cabinet in my head, and I just cannot get to it. And I'm kind of going through when I can't think of a word or a name that I know, I go through my filing cabinet. I go through letters. And it's like basically going through a filing cabinet in the back of my head. I go through letters till something jogs, and it's like, okay, there's an L in it. Okay, an L. L is it? And then so you have to shuffle through it again. Say, is L in the middle of it?
So she goes sit on the sofa. Since she sits on the sofa, I got a dog who's got to go sit right next to her.
Lagrangian point. I'm pretty sure the Lagrangian point is the point equidistant between two gravitational pulls, where each is acting equally.
Yeah, Michael's talking about there are people whose memorize lots of physics terms and names that are bounded around meaninglessly. And I dare say myself have the same, but in reverse. We're inspired by the concepts and the words.
And the words aren't super important. However, Don is much better at remembering words.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Lagrangian point. Now I can look it up. I'm going to look it up now just to confirm if my memory was correct. Lagrangian point are position in space where the gravitational forces of a two-body system like the sun and the earth produce enhanced regions of attraction and repulsion. These can be used by spacecraft as parking spots in space to remain in a fixed position with minimal fuel consumption.
Don, I can hear your coffee dripping. It sounds like you're in an underwater or an underground cave or something.
Sounds like an underground cave, or maybe going to the bathroom late at night.
Yeah, that too.
I don't have a good flow. It's just little drips and drabs.
Yeah.
Well, good. When I wake up, first thing I do in the morning is I do a couple of New York Times puzzles. I do Wordle and I do connections. And Cool Cat gave me a third puzzle this morning. Not really. He started a conversation on orbit and stuff, and I guess Paul gave me the puzzle.
Do you do like the word searches and crosswords and such?
I haven't done a crossword in a few years. And word searches, they're okay. I do them every once in a while.
Yeah.
But connections is fun.
What's connections? What is that?
You have 16 words arranged in a grid, and I think it's 16. And you have to select them and group them by what they have it related. But sometimes they'll trick you. Like today, they had a Golden Girls red herring in there where they had Rose and Blanche.
Yeah.
And that didn't have anything. Rose was supposed to be combined with vanilla and something else to be common perfume items. And of course, Blanche combined with steam and boil as ways to cook things with water.
How is Rose combined with vanilla?
They're both used in perfumes. They're both common sense used in perfumes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think I knew Rose was, but I didn't know they used vanilla or whatever in perfumes.
Yeah, let me go back to connections here and see my puzzle. So yeah, common perfume ingredients was ambergris, musk, rose, and vanilla. But they had Rose, Dorothy, Sophia, and Blanche were all in the list of words. So that would automatically make you think Golden Girls.
Girl.
But that was a red herring. And normally when you see something like that, you start thinking that might be a red herring. So you start looking at other possibilities. And I came up with the cooking with heat and water and realized, Blanche goes with that. Therefore, the other can't be true. It's just a way to work your brain first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. TJ.
Yeah.
Too much work.
So, oh yeah. Oh, hey, Don. What was the joke that Michael told you?
Not there. Hello. TJ's talking to himself again, Joe.
What?
Hey, lean towards the camera, will you?
I'm coming back. I'm waiting and got my belt. My pants keep falling off.
What
I don't
was
want to be.
what was the joke that Michael told you? He said he told you a joke, trying to be a smart ass or something, but that you understood the joke.
He's gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you the joke.
I'll have to wait patiently for it.
Patience, TJ.
Yeah, patience is a virtue.
Take a second and just kind of rock in your chair, patient, and wait patiently.
And TJ, you probably heard the joke before because he probably told it on this stream.
I don't know. Maybe I did hear it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, maybe. I guess Lance must have lost signal or had a bad connection or something. Jonathan said that he made a statement, time to hit the reset button. The good thing about surviving a storm is having the ability to start over.
Yeah,
Hey, Jonathan.
I didn't know if he got hit bad by the storm. I'm not exactly 100% sure where he's at.
He's
I was-
in
Right
near
over
Atlanta?
Augusta.
yeah, near Augusta.
Augusta.
Oh, he's near Augusta.
Went right over it. Jonathan, just to let you know that about the 7th or the 8th, be ready. Got another one coming. And you got another one that's been mingling around out there. That's probably gonna come up the same way. A little more, a little more west of Tallahassee. And it looks like it's gonna be a slow moving storm with a lot of rain. It looks like you might get, it might have category 1 maybe. That might be the last one of the year.
I really need to build a map and put little pins in it from everybody that I know. If the storm had taken out Jonathan and he just disappeared, and I found out later, it would be like, oh man, I didn't even know that he was in the path. Feel bad.
We had a lot of people in the past this time.
Yeah, we just
Yeah, Bill, the drone reviewer, Justin technically, TJ almost,
yeah, almost.
you know, Adrian, Jack Rabbit,
Oh yeah, Scotty definitely got hit with it.
just went right over Scott. Ken
Yeah,
plays
I
it
knew Scotty was down there. I sent him a message.
Yeah.
I don't know if I understood this joke. It said the joke was a barman says, "Hey, we don't serve theological luminal
Subliminal.
subliminal particles in here." just then a Tachyon walked into the bar. What's up, Mark? Yeah, I don't know if I get it because I don't really understand the speed of light.
Okay. Oh, you weren't here, and I'll explain the joke again. I explained it to you last time because I remember this now. I see. Well, you don't have to know that to understand the joke. Um, Basically, just know that tachyons travel backwards in time.
Oh,
So the joke is the barman says, "Hey, we don't serve," and then he describes the tachyon. We don't serve these things in here. Then the tachyon walks into the bar. The order of events have been reversed.
what is it? What is a tachyon? Like kind of like it's like something like you said like something that travels back in time. A tachyon, or like is that some like a Star Trek person?
It's a particle.
Oh, a particle. Oh.
Although some describe it as a string rather than a particle.
Yeah, at that point, at that level, we don't really understand.
So is it still raining over there, Mark?
It is
Oh wow.
18 hours of rain so far.
Damn. Is it hard rain or just a light rain or?
It's been varying. Sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it isn't, but it's still rain.
Oh. Michael said tachyons can violate casual rules providing they don't interact with the Higgs field.
No, not casual. That says
Causal.
causal.
Oh, causal rules. Oh. Who's causal? Is that like
Cause and effect.
oh yeah. Damn.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah,
she stands up on the sofa. She's holding on to the pack and play, right?
yeah.
So then when she steps off the sofa, she's standing up when she steps off while she's holding on to pack and play. So her leg goes all the way down to the ground and the other leg stays all the way up on the sofa. If I did that, I'd be in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd have ripped something.
Hey, what you got to, here's what you got to do, Joe. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
That's funny. That's funny. It's a miracle. That's pretty good. It's a miracle.
Yeah.
I wonder if Michael ever used to be a science teacher or something at one point. I feel like he was. Because he has a lot of scientifical and scientific, damn, I can't say it, scientifical knowledge or something like that.
No, maybe he's just curious. I mean, I know a lot of stuff too, and I was never a. I mean, I've never been an astrophysicist, but I pulled Lagrangian points out of my butt.
It's amazing the amount of things you learn when you read.
Hmm.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, like I always wondered, like, I don't know, I feel like you've in a previous life been a science
I'm thinking,
teacher or something.
I'm thinking Lagrangian point. I probably learned that in a science fiction story from like the Golden Age.
Yep, most likely.
Corey, what's happening?
There was a lot of stuff in science fiction
Corey,
that
what's up?
actually was real.
Yeah, that's why I love Golden Age science fiction. Is because
I can
they
see-
were learning stuff and throwing it into stories the second they learned it.
Yeah, I could see Michael like standing in front of a group of students, teaching them about science and like space and physics and such. What's up, Lance? You came back.
Yeah.
Lance is back.
Lance is
My
back.
car and the computer.
Hi, Lance.
Morning, Mark. Who's had pickles on their pizza?
Pickles on a pizza.
heard of
Oh,
that.
hell no.
I've heard of that.
I
Well,
don't,
you can have pickled jalapenos.
I
No.
don't know about pickles on a pizza. I eat
I've heard of
everything.
No.
pickles on pizza.
I
Pizza
don't think
Hut
I've-
in town here had a special 1 week of pickle pizza with pepperonis, pickled pepperonis and onions.
No, I wouldn't have done it. I'd refuse to make it.
Well,
Yeah, I
that's
don't-
pretty strange because you'll almost eat anything. What the hell?
No,
uh,
wouldn't
I
eat
can
that.
Pickled onions, pickled cauliflower, pickled jalapeno. That sounds reasonable.
No,
I'll
they're
tell you,
talking
it is
pickles, dill
awesome.
pickles.
I would have thought the same thing. I would have thought, no
Dill-
way, pickles on a pizza?
only pick-
Yeah, but it's great.
Well, the next time you're in a pizza joint, which isn't very often, Lance, go in there and ask them if they make pizza with pickles on it.
I will do that.
They probably will because they probably do burgers as well.
I mean, I can understand pickles on a burger, but I don't know on a pizza.
What's the difference? Piece of bread, piece of meat, pickle.
Well,
Pickle your
pizza
pickle.
is more. It's more like dough. It's more doughy. It's not really meat. Like it's just dough. Like I don't think I'd ever eat a pizza.
Bread.
Yeah, but see, well, I don't know. Maybe the sweet pickles, but not the dill ones.
They're the same pickle.
Yeah, but one is sweet and one is sour. I'd probably do the bread and butter instead of the dill. No, I don't think I ever had liver on a pizza, Michael. I think that would be disgusting. It's like eating liver. It's like almost like liver and onions, which sounds pretty gross too.
Well, the thing of it is,
Actually, it's extremely nice.
TJ,
In fact,
Dude.
liver and kidney curry is really good.
well, in Hawaii, a lot of the pizza is with spam and pineapple.
Are you sure, Justin? Because I think I've had like I've
No.
eaten dill pickles before, and they're kind of, I don't know. Well, that looks pretty good. Whatever kind of pizza that is, that with I
Couldn't
mean,
do
like
it.
if it had like that looks like the white cheese looks like
Mozzarella.
yeah, mozzarella, but also maybe goat cheese. It also looks like it has goat
Yeah.
cheese on it too.
It could be feta.
Yeah, maybe
Probably
feta
feta.
cheese.
Nope.
And dill pickles are basically gherkins anyway.
Didn't that look good though?
And there's nothing wrong with cheese and pickle.
Yeah, I guess not. JD.
Pickle your pickle.
Pickle your pickle.
It's when they start doing daft things like cornflakes and shredded wheat pizza, you don't have to worry.
Oh, he'd love pizza served in a big bowl.
But yeah, the amount of cereal.
I've had a pizza bagel before. Those are pretty good. I like pizza bagels.
So get ready for food shortages. They're gonna have a strike tomorrow on the East Coast, all the way to the Gulf Coast, all the ports.
All the ports.
So a lot of stuff isn't coming in.
Michael, that was pretty good. He said I asked a pizza place, do you do liver? They said yes. And then when I asked for liver, mushrooms, and pepper, they said they don't deliver, but they just said they do liver. They do liver. They do.
TJ likes a good play on words. I can see that.
They do liver. That's funny. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. They do liver. That's pretty good. That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, TJ, what I want to know, is that funny?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. That's a good laugh. That's funny.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
That's funny. Oh, goodness.
This hurricane looked like what it did to the Gulf Coast with Katrina. Went in, took a couple of blocks out, just destroyed it. Right off the coast. And one place in North Carolina, Asheville, I think they said that place is destroyed in North
Yeah, the
Carolina.
videos coming out of down there is just terrible, horrific.
It's Asheville, North Carolina. Water over the roofs.
Yep.
I wonder if there's streets where the Teeny Martini bar. I wonder if they got flooded again.
May not be there.
Yeah, it may not be there. Yeah. That was funny that one day when we were all on here and it was all flooded down there, and that one guy was kayaking through like downtown area there. That was pretty funny.
Well, the Teeny Martini bar is on the east coast of Florida, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
it's on the east side. In St. Augustine, which is on the east side up by the border. That's very close to the Georgia border. It's not too far from there.
Yeah.
Wasn't its camera not working the last time we looked?
I haven't looked in months. I have no idea. It's been probably 6-8 months since I even looked at that.
So Trump is going to visit all the hurricane damaged areas, and Biden is in Maryland, and it's in Vegas at fundraisers. Good.
See, the Ukrainian president actually met with
He's an
Trump
idiot.
in New York.
Well, he went. We stopped to see Trump, but he's an
Yeah.
idiot, man.
It's good, except you're going to suddenly
He's
get.
a good salesman.
Oh no! But what I'm saying is, it's funny that he's going to somebody who's not president at the moment, but the other ones that are actually in office, he completely ignored.
Well, he went and saw them too, but Kamala saw him, not Biden.
Well, see, most people when they did this, so that one kid I was telling you about, he went to Ukraine, and he went around and asked people who they would want to be president, and all of them said Kamala because they think that Trump's going to end all the funding as soon as he hits office. They're afraid that he's going to stop the funding.
No, he's not going to stop the funding. He's going to go in and he's going to threaten Putin.
See what happens. I don't think Putin. We've seen how the Russian military handled Ukraine. You really think they're going to go up against the U.S. Army? I mean,
No.
come on now. They could barely handle Ukraine. There's no way in hell they're taking on the U.S. military and in any kind of foothold at all. What I see us doing is I see us going in and drawing a deflection line, and nobody's allowed to pass it, and they're going to split the country in half. Watch. That's what's going to happen. They're going to do a deconfliction line.
You mean something like they did in Korea?
Similar, yeah. I see. That's what I really believe that's what's going to happen. The U.S. military is going to go in, and wherever Ukrainian forces are holding land, they're going to set up a deconfliction line, and they're going to give the Russians an ultimatum. They're going to be like, you stay on that side of the line, we stay on this side. You cross it, we got a problem, just like they did in Syria. And when the Russians did cross in Syria, what happened? You remember that whole incident about 2-3 years ago
Yeah.
when the Russians tried to take the oil field in the Conoco oil fields, and they came in and they started launching artillery into that U.S. base, and they ended up fucking the Russians up really quick. Almost killed over 200 of them. It was when what was it? Wagner or whatever the name of that fucking special forces group they have in Russia tried to invade. I think they'll do the same thing that they did in Syria. They're going to end up splitting the country. I mean, that's what I would do. I would just go up to the point of the battle line and just draw it and say, all right, here's it. This is where you guys stop. Set up a couple U.S. bases in Ukraine on that other side, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Though I guarantee the Russians will never push forward again after that.
There's going to be a lot of changes. We're going to set them straight in at Iran. Iran's going to get cut off again.
Well, Iran's bolstering a lot bigger than they are, too. They keep fucking around.
Well, Iran was almost broke until Biden came in and released all the sanctions so they could sell the oil again.
Yeah, I mean, sanctions do a little bit, but countries still find ways around them. I mean, because you got other shady countries that are willing to buy shit still, you know. It doesn't, I mean, it does hurt them a little bit, but I mean, 'cause there's been some countries out there. Look at Cuba, how sanctioned they've been for the last 50 years, and they've been holding on barely by the
Yep.
skin of their teeth, but they've been holding on. Oh, man.
If you want to find a good-looking old American car, go to Cuba.
It'd be interesting to see them actually lift the sanctions there at some point. What it would do. I mean, if the Cuban government would, like, since Fidel's gone and everything, you know, you think the younger generation coming up would be like, you know, y'all want to make some money? Let's go ahead and open these borders back up. That's what I'd do. Cuba'd become the new millionaire's playground.
What's up, Dre?
Good morning, everyone.
Ow,
Dre, what's up?
Hey, Dre.
What's up, Dre?
As always, I chime in. I hear Mr. Stickley running his crap.
Yep.
Don't even start.
International affairs.
How you doing, Dre?
I'm doing okay. We got a heat wave hitting again this week. It's gonna
Really?
be up in triple digits all week. It sounds like.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah, I think I got that. I think I got a notification on my weather app that something about a heat wave.
yeah. So it's supposed to be near or at 100 today, 101 tomorrow, and it may cool off by the weekend down into the high 80s or something. But we'll see. One of the
Yeah.
fires had a rig. None of them are actually out. It has got them like 70-80% contained, but the one that's in the San Bernardino Mountains had a flare up yesterday or day before. So they got to circle that around. So they're still doing a lot of work up in there. We're going into almost a month of fires. Month straight.
Damn, it's still that dry over there?
Well, it's not so much dry, it's just where the terrain is at, where the fires are burning, it's in steep mountainous terrain. So it's hard to attack the fire. So I said, you only do so many airdrops,
to try to contain it. But when you can't get crews in there to do the handwork because the terrain is so steep and a lot of canyons and a lot of peaks and everything else, that's what basically they gotta let the fire burn itself out. So that's what the real issue is. Yeah. Don't get quiet now, Justin. I just got here. You were talking a lot there, talking about splitting Ukraine up and everything else, which means if you split Ukraine, that's a lose for Ukraine.
No, I'm saying it's not unreasonable to say that's the way they would do it, though.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do things, but I'm just saying that, Ukraine does not want to give up an inch of its territory, which I would agree with that.
No. I think they would, but I think if they want to resolve it at some point, because the Russians ain't going to want to budge either. I think that's what would probably end up happening.
That's the whole thing. But like I say, by international boundaries that have been set, the territory still belongs to Ukraine.
Oh, for sure.
Russia never owned it. I mean, once they split up the Russian state, they never had no claim to it.
Well, and technically that wasn't even part of Russia anyway. It was just same as like NATO. If like we split up NATO and all of a sudden we say England's ours now. Like,
right. Well,
that's pretty much what Russia was doing.
Once Russia split up, the USSR split up, those were all part of the USSR, Ukraine, Bulgaria, all those different places across there. Once they were all part of the USSR, but once that dissolved, the boundary lines have been existing since hundreds of years ago.
Well, like I said, even back then during the USSR, they were still individual countries.
Right.
It was
the individual states. Yeah, they're like states.
It'd be like like I said, it'd be like the U.S. deciding to disband NATO and then saying, "Oh, England's Mars now." Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I heard that, Justin, and I'm here to tell you, on behalf of the British people, fuck off.
Pack it in.
Pack it in.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I have to, I get a big grin on my face when I hear our boy, former President Trump, talking about he'll solve it within the first day. He'll talk to Zelensky and he'll talk to Putin and we'll resolve it. I'm like, come on, man. Ain't nobody want to give up no home front. That's like trying to tell us we don't give Alaska back to Russia.
Yeah.
You remember when Russia was on that shit like 6 or 8 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about, oh, that sale was bullshit. Like, go ahead and fuck around.
I say it might have been, but guess what? You need the money then, and that's what you sold. You can't renege on the deal now. The deal's the deal. Exactly. Like saying the French want to come back and claim Louisiana all the way up to North Dakota.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, old Don be speaking parlez-vous français.
Oui.
Yeah.
How much did they give Russia for Alaska? Anyway, it was like not very much.
$1.82.
What?
Joe says $1.82 a square foot. I say, hey, deal's a deal, man.
Yeah.
Gave him 3 rubles.
Yeah.
That weather.
So they got okay. It was 7.2 million, which is only 129 million today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
But for land that they weren't using.
Yeah, well, they ain't using the rest of that land either to this day. All the rest of the little islands and stuff in between Alaska and Russia that we occupied during World War II.
I'm just saying, for the amount of land, though, even by today's numbers, that's really not that much money. It's
not that much money for the deal, but that just shows how broke Russia was at the time, and any amount of money they needed.
Right.
Like you guys were talking about Iran, I said, Yeah, you can sanction them, but I said you look at the countries that are already gone through sanctions for decades, North Korea, people like that. I said they have partners still around the world. We don't control everybody else. Some of our own allies have still do deals with some of these countries that we sanction.
Yep.
Don't mean everybody
Justin?
else sanctions them.
Justin,
Well,
on
The
behalf of the
world
US
doesn't work
government
on one voice, right?
and the rest
That's
of the
right.
world, shut up. It's enough.
Good
Hey,
No,
boy.
Jason!
That's what I was
Jason.
saying. That's what I was saying, Dre, is those countries that are sanctioned still do backdoor deals with other countries. Yeah.
All the time. All
Yeah.
the time. I mean,
And then,
the biggest thing they get cut off from is access to the most of the world's banking systems. And that's where
right.
that's where they're hurt at the most. I mean, they'll get the bare essentials and stuff, but they won't be as prosperous if they were at access to some of the larger banking systems on the planet, to where they could sell their goods at market values. They could trade with some of the other countries for certain goods. That's where the big difference comes in right there.
Right.
And also it all depends on what that country has to offer. Now, Iran is very, very lucky. They do have oil, because other than that, there's nothing else nobody wants out of Iran. Ain't like they selling oranges and apples over there.
That's how a lot of the Middle East is, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So like
If it
I
wasn't
say,
for the oil, they
oil
wouldn't
is
have
their
shit.
big value. But like I said, once again, their oil is not as highly coveted, because you have all the other countries over there that do have partnerships with other nations.
Yeah, OPEC.
Yeah, we got the OPEC folks there. So like I say, it's like, either you join the band or you're gonna be on the sidelines playing with the opening act. Nobody remembers the opening act, and they don't get paid as much. And right now, you look at all those countries that are benefiting from being able to have access to the world's banking system. You look at Dubai, you look at Qatar or Qatar, whatever you want to pronounce it. Those places are like tourist traps now.
Yeah,
They're
like Kuwait and
advertising
stuff,
every
yeah.
time, come there, wherever else, and people are flocking to go there. Because they're paying top dollars to entertainers and stuff like that to perform there, and people go there. Just like I always tell people, I mean, if you go back to Lebanon back in the 60s and early 70s, it was a tourist haven.
Yep, it looked like a Western country.
Yes, and same thing with Iran back in the 40s.
And
Iran was a popular city to visit. It was a Western city. Now it's turned to what it is today. I should say Tehran, the capital of Iran. Used to be a very Western city. Blue jeans, tennis shoes, you name it. It was all there. And same thing with Lebanon. I remember when the first big bombing happened in Lebanon back in the late 70s. Bombed a club and stuff. And then the tipping point is when all the Marines got killed on that car bombing. That was the tipping point. And that's why the United States is not upset about that guy getting killed, because he was the mastermind behind that car bombing that killed the 240-something Marines.
1982.
I thought it was 83, because I joined in 84.
I think it was 82.
October of 83.
Let me look. What was 82?
I believe it was October 83. 82, we were in, I want to say, Grenada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
that
you're
might be
talking
right.
about the car bomb, you're talking about Colonel Gaddafi.
you also have to remember that in '83 we were 1 year away from Back to the Future.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
83. Correct.
Yeah.
Great. You what about Colonel Gaddafi?
Is he asking about Gaddafi?
Yeah, he's on about.
Hey, Justin, I see DeSantis is on live on Fox,
He's been doing lives the last few days over the
talking
hurricane.
about, restoration and
Restoration of what? I thought he was I thought he was still on his book burning tour.
Okay, I had to correct myself. I had to look myself up and correct myself. We were 2 years away because that was in 85. I was sitting there doing the math in my head. I was like, wait a minute, that was 85. Continue with your political talk.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I haven't heard Justin run his mouth in a while, so I guess I chimed in just to tickle him a little bit.
what's new, Jason?
Not too much, just another day.
Heading for work, huh?
Yep. It'll be a short day. I got to go back home. I've got a security consultant coming in to look at give us a quote for home security systems.
No, he's gonna go home and play some Fortnite.
Oh, that will happen. You already know that will happen at some point.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Crack addicts have to get their fix.
exactly. But I am getting FiOS put in at some point also. So
You're getting
looking
some.
forward to that too.
You said you're getting some files put in.
Verizon FiOS, 1 gig fiber. Internet. Yeah, that's what we call it out here. It's Verizon as a company.
Do they still only
And
offer so many
FiOS.
spaces in one area? Because
In
Verizon back
Virginia
in the day,
Beach, it's correct. Right now, it's at least for fiber. It'll eventually penetrate through the entire city, I'm sure. But
well, no, what I'm saying is back in the day, like my old neighborhood about 8 years ago had it, but they only had like 20 spots in the whole neighborhood of people that that could get on it at a time, and they were all
Right, 'cause
full.
the nodes only support a certain number of.
Right, and they didn't offer, but I'm assuming it's probably changed now though because so many people have gone to fiber.
They'd have to they would have to upgrade the nodes, but probably when they were rolling out, they rolled out figuring they wouldn't have the demand, so then they would overbuild the nodes once they started getting support in that area. But you don't want to overbuild an area at a big expense and not have any purchases.
Right. That's why most cable companies, they have like a minimum, you have to have like a minimum 10,000 people in one grouping in an area before they'll even.
Yeah, I remember it was a big deal. We had a place that was just right on the other side of the highway, and it was a big client, and they wanted to have cable there. It was a car dealership, and they finally convinced the system to run a line across the highway, but they had to go out. I mean, shut down the highway, get everything kind of prepped and everything, shut down the highway, and while the highway shut down, haul ass and get the cable across, up, and reopen the highway. It was a big deal.
Well, it's like Tim was talking about how they have fiber running along right outside of his house. And I was like, yeah, but the problem is you live in a rural area. They're not all that line's doing is going from one city to another. That they're not going to keep splicing into it for individual people along the way.
That would be a trunk, yeah.
Right.
If it doesn't help if you got a trunk line.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'd have to spend probably 10, 15 grand every time somebody wanted to splice into it going down the road. It's just not worth it unless they were paying out of their own pocket for it. Nobody, I mean,
Well, it depends on if
to pay that much.
Depends on how it is. You might not be able to splice into it. If it's trunk line, it needs to go to the distribution center and then from there branch out. You can't just go into fiber at any point.
Well, that's what I was telling them. I was like, it's really not that kind of line. It's just going through from one city to another. That's all it's doing.
Yep.
I was like, they weren't running it there for your area. They were just running through your area.
When they put fiber in all these apartments, they spent the whole day putting it in like my section. When they came in and hooked me up, the lady upstairs too, they had to redo all the wiring because they had a rat up there ate into it. got up in between the attics and ate into all the wiring, so they had to rerun all the wiring. Took them another whole day.
Yeah. I wonder if they did anything to address the issue of the rat chewing through the wires to begin with.
Well, yeah, the thing was the guy had it all laying on the just laying on the floor, so they stapled it all up on the wall. When they came back, they brought it up higher and run it right off the rafters. Because nobody uses that. It's like it's just a space, you know.
Oh, Chris Christopherson died.
It's Christopherson. Why does that sound familiar?
He was
He
a
was a
singer slash
movie-
actor.
Yeah, a movie actor, I think.
Singer
He was
too.
one
Isn't he also a singer?
That's what I said. He was a singer slash actor. He was
Oh yeah, I know him.
if you remember Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson had a band, the Highwaymen, and Waylon Jennings and Chris Christopherson.
He did a lot of straight to TV movies. I remember seeing him in a bunch of those kind of movies.
He did. He also did the '70s version of A Star Is Born. He was the male lead in that.
What the fuck was he in that I recently watched?
He was in Convoy, Rubber Ducky.
10-4, good buddy.
Yep.
Let me see his list of movies and all.
He was in a lot
I
of
just
stuff.
watched.
I remember him
Yeah,
being
that's
a really bad time travel science fiction movie that I always enjoyed. It was about people being taken off of airplanes right before they crashed. So you have all these disasters, and right before the plane crashed, people would be taken off of the airplanes. The time travelers would take all the people off the airplanes and process them, replace them with
Wasn't that with
fake
Cheryl
bodies.
Ladd?
I think so, and it's called Millennium, I think.
Millennium, yeah.
And then they sent the people back, or they're going to send them in the future to repopulate the Earth after disaster.
Yeah, because I remember watching Cheryl Ladd and that she was hot.
Yeah, I forgot she was in it, but yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't
Blade.
remember him
That's
as
what I was
remember her.
thinking of. I just recently watched Blade. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, he was in Blade.
Yeah, rewatched Blade. Yeah, he was in a couple Steven Seagal movies, I think, too.
Probably.
I'm looking through his movies now. Oh yeah, Fire Down Under. Yeah, he was in that. That was the one with the where Steven Seagal was the U.S. Environmental Service or something, and he came in with and they were dumping waste in that mine or whatever.
Yep. He did a lot of direct to video westerns with Willie Nelson, and I think he did a couple with Kenny Rogers too, the gambler ones.
They know what he died of, or what?
He died because he was 88. I don't know what he died of. But, let me look it up real quick. What he died of?
His heart stopped.
Because he was 88.
Yeah, I can guarantee he died of a lack of oxygen.
Oh yeah, he wrote Me and Bobby McGee. Janis Joplin. He wrote that song.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Let's see here.
So I'm watching this show now every day of the week that I put on there for the baby. Bluey. Hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah, the Bluey dog.
She loves it and I hate it.
Put the Teletubbies on. Then you'll know what.
Put on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, we watch that too. We do. But she likes watching that, and then when Mickey comes on, Minnie,
Mickey's, what the hell was it called? Mickey's Funhouse or something like that?
It's
Kids used to
mini
watch it
something.
back in.
Yeah, they watch it. She watches that when it comes on. It gets her attention. And when they start singing before
The
each
hot dog
episode
song?
with Bluey, they dance and say "mum."
Oh, you know that song,
Crazy
Jason?
bullshit.
Hot dog, diggity dog.
Hell yeah! Of course. I
Yeah,
used to do the dance when
I
my
used to
son was
watch
young.
that.
Heck
Yeah, I used to watch it with my kids when they were little.
It looks like no cause of death has been given.
Hey, Jason,
Lack of oxygen, I told you.
Laura.
Yeah, everything comes down to a
Something
lack
like
of oxygen to the brain.
Or Sanjay and Craig was another one we used to watch too.
It's funny how some of these old cartoon TV shows that had action figures associated with them, like G.I. Joe and He-Man, looking back, or I guess looking at it now, there's so many different, like, I guess, Facebook groups like vintage toys, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. And Justin's
Oh,
favorite.
yeah.
Imagine if we kept all of our toys from growing up, you know? I mean, just not even for the value of it, just for the, you know,
Yeah, come on,
look what I
Justin.
played with, you know?
Jason, you have to be equal here. Got to let Justin's favorite in, She-Ra.
Who?
She-Ra.
She-Ra, she was in He-Man.
No, I didn't watch He-Man.
The female version of He-Man.
No, I look back now on damn Power Rangers and I'm like, I can't believe I watched this cheesy shit. Like the Power Rangers were so cheesy back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean, they still are.
What about
I used to watch that
Thundercats?
show all the time.
But I look back on it now and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I will actually watch this.
I think I had
Because
a
it was
couple. I
cheesy.
think I had a couple of the action figures.
You still play with them?
Yeah, I think so. Like ah.
Yeah, the good old Thundercats.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Laying in bed.
Thundercats.
What was the other one? The motorbike one, Mask.
Oh, the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one too. I vaguely remember that one. I think I started. What year was that one about?
Don't know, but I can remember the theme tune, which is bad.
Yeah, Green Ranger was my favorite back in the day.
Yeah, they kept replacing the Green Ranger with somebody else.
Well, there's been, I think, 2 people that died from the original Rangers.
Yeah.
One of them was is or was an iFly flight instructor years ago also.
One of them, I think there was a Pink Ranger, or no, it was the Yellow Ranger. She killed herself, I think. I want to say.
Oh, dang.
Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure she commit. Yeah, she self-deleted herself.
Self-deleted.
I believe
Well-
it was the Yellow Ranger.
I'm pissed off already.
Why?
I ordered a set of 3 soup stew casserole bowls with lids. And it says they are 8 inches diameter and 3 inches high, which is great for putting stews in and stuff like that for eating. They've arrived. They are 8 centimeters in diameter and 3 centimeters high.
Oh,
So-
snap.
Like
Okay.
2.5 times smaller than they're supposed to be.
Okay,
No
she died in a
way.
car wreck. So I must be thinking of somebody else.
Did you get him from Temu?
No, I bought them off eBay from somebody who was selling them.
Dang.
They've just written the description down wrong. But at 20 quid for 3, I am not keeping them at that size. They're just about big enough to make ramekins.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
So you're
All
just
right, gents, I'm
send
gonna
it-
go inside the office. I will see you later on this afternoon, possibly.
Okay.
All right, Jason, don't work too hard.
Why not?
I don't know. You gotta take your time. You gotta take it easy, man.
I got an
You can't-
awesome job. If I'm working hard, that means we're doing our jobs.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys, have a great one. We'll see you later.
All right, later.
See you later, Jason.
So yeah, the
Yeah,
chick
later.
that played the Yellow Ranger, she died in a car wreck. I thought
I
one of
was
them
like,
killed
I was
themselves.
like the Pink Ranger. I thought she was pretty hot.
The guy that played the Green Ranger, he actually died when he died
He had
back in.
I don't know. I forgot what his name was in real life, but
He died back in. When the hell did he die?
on the show his name was Tommy.
Sometime in 2022.
Self-deletion.
Everybody got this one down.
That's a new word for suicide, isn't it?
Actually, that's the term that some YouTubers are using because apparently YouTube doesn't like the S word. So people have started saying self-deletions.
Self-termination.
But yeah, the one guy died, the Green Ranger recently died like a year or two ago. He was only 49. I kind of swore one of them did, but maybe I'm thinking of something different show.
Yeah, Sarah said the Green Ranger died also by self.
Yeah, because
deletion.
I don't know, because when I'm looking on the articles, it's not saying what he died from, so I'm assuming maybe that was it that I heard about. I remember hearing about one of them. But the Yellow Ranger, she got killed in a car accident.
Which one?
The Yellow Ranger, the
Yeah,
Asian girl.
Yeah, the Asian chick. Yeah.
And that was one of the things that Power Rangers caught shit for when they started trying to go back and cancel culture all these old movies and shows, was they want to know why the Asian girl got put as the Yellow Ranger.
Oh, why did she get put as the Yellow Ranger?
Well, no, that's what they're making a big deal about the show. Because that used to be, I don't know, was that like a negative term for Asian people back in the day? Something
Well,
about being yellow or something?
I don't know.
Their skin
Yeah.
color used to be referred to as yellow, but no.
Okay, so that's where the controversy came from then.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the Chinese.
Well, they came back and
Orientals were called yellow, not Asians.
What's the
Asians are brown.
Hold on, this is gonna sound really insensitive, maybe, but what's the
Maybe you
difference?
shouldn't say it.
What's the I'm just saying, what's the difference?
Asians are from Asia and Orientals are from the Orient.
It's a legitimate question. I just don't want it to sound insensitive.
Yeah. No, they
all have slanted eyes. And they all
Oh,
do
Joe!
No, Asians don't. Asia is
India is in Asia.
different. India is Asia.
Right, but wasn't Oriental
Oriental was
term
China.
Okay, I think this stream
And
is going as
Japan.
far as I can go, so I'm going to
Yeah.
see you guys later.
Yeah, I think I'm
I was just asking a legit question, but anyway,
Yeah,
that
no,
was a
the-
controversy.
The yellow was to do with the Orientals rather than the Asians. The Asians are a light brown.
Okay, well that was part of the whole cancel thing with Power Rangers. Because what they were trying to do is they were trying to go back and they were trying to cancel old TV like Blazing Saddles. That would have been on the chopping block, right? Like that's
Yeah.
the kind of shit they're trying to erase like it never was made. Because they don't realize that was comedy back in the day, and the actors in the movie were okay with it. It was just like how they tried to get on what's his name for Who's the one that made Inglorious Bastards? Fuck. God damn it, what's the director's name? Having a mind blank here.
The brain fart.
Huh?
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, that guy.
They interviewed him about the movie Django Unchained, and they asked him, they were asking why all these white guys were using the N-word in the movie and stuff. And Jamie Foxx and them defended him, and they were like, dude, it's just part of the movie. Like, it's a movie, get over it. Like, they were trying to call it, like, they were really trying to get to the point where they were trying to cancel Quentin Tarantino, calling him a racist and stuff. And he wouldn't bow down to it. He totally stood up to him and said, pretty much, screw this off. And everybody that was in his movie supported him and backed him over it. The one that really backed him up was fuck's sake. Can't think of anything today.
Are you still there, Justin?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's still here.
I was looking at something.
Because you ended the sentence and then you disappeared. Well, you didn't end the sentence, right? Midstream.
Yeah, we've not eliminated him yet.
Oh, it was Samuel L. Jackson. That's who it was. Him and Jamie Foxx defended putting over all that bullshit. Matter of fact, Samuel L. Jackson said it's just a word, and he tried to get the guy. It was a white guy that was doing the interview, and he said, well, just say the word. He goes, it's just a word. He goes, oh, no, I'm not comfortable saying it. He said, well, if you can't say it, I'm leaving the interview. He got up and just walked the fuck out.
Well, it wasn't the N-word, was it?
Yeah, and Samuel L. Jackson told the interviewer, he's like, just say it. It's just a word. I don't... Because that was the whole thing. As they were getting on Quentin about him and like Justin Timberlake or Leonardo DiCaprio, they were getting on all these dudes that were in the movie that were using the N-word in the movie, but it's just part of the movie. It's a movie.
Yeah.
It was written, yep.
And it was written about a certain time period. Like, that's what it was. And they were trying to twist it and make Quentin Tarantino look like he was a racist. And Samuel L. Jackson got frustrated with the interview when they started bringing that bullshit up.
But he didn't care if they said the N-word because it was in the movie.
Like, Samuel L. Jackson thought it was the stupidest shit ever. He was like, dude, it's just a movie. He goes, that's just part of the movie.
Just a movie.
Like, he didn't take offense to it at all. And he told the interviewer, he's like, go ahead and say it. He goes, if you can't say it, I'm not doing this interview. Guy refused to say it. He got up and walked out.
Who was the one that interviewed him?
It's just a no-name.
Just a reporter.
Interview. Yeah, it wasn't like some famous reporter or nothing. It wasn't like Walter Cronkite or nothing was doing the interview.
Walter Cronkite.
You don't hear too much about Leonardo DiCaprio anymore, do you?
No, not
he's still pretty big though. Yeah, he's done movies all the way up to just a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's been a very busy actor over the last 15, 20 years.
Well, his big one was Titanic, right?
Oh yeah, but he's had some major hits since then. Dude, he's been pretty consistent ever since Titanic. Yeah, he was in I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I absolutely love Leonardo DiCaprio's movies, dude. He made some really good ones.
When he was younger, he was in the what the heck was it?
Because he was in a play.
what's that? What that was that play he was in? It was a movie, but it was also a play. Damn, I can't think of it.
But here's just some of his movies: Titanic, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Inception,
Yeah,
Wolf of Wall
yeah.
Street, The Revenant, The
Oh
Departed,
yeah,
Catch Me If You Can. Those are
Yeah.
all huge movies. Gangs of New York. But the one thing about his movies that I really like though is, if you notice, probably about 90% of his movies always take place in like an older time period of like the 18 or early 1900s. Like if you notice, he always does these like time period movies. He doesn't do a lot of movies where he's in the modern day, like now. Like even if Wolf of Wall Street, that took place in the 80s. Like that's probably one of the few films he did that was kind of in the newish time. But most of his films always took place in older time periods, which I like. But yeah, he's had a shit ton of movies. Apparently, he was in Critters 3. I
Oh,
didn't know that.
that's what it was. Romeo and Juliet. That's the one I was thinking of. Thanks, JD. I appreciate that.
And he's got a lot of films from when he was a kid too. He's got The Boy's Life. He was in Critters 3. Which I don't remember him being in that. Oh, he was in The Quick and the Dead. Okay, I didn't know that.
He was in what? The what?
The Quick and the Dead. That was a Western movie with
Oh,
Gene Hackman. I actually went and watched that. I think that was a movie me and my grandma and grandpa went and watched in the theaters. They took me to watch it back when I was a teenager. I ended up going with them. The Great Gatsby, that was a very popular
oh
movie.
yeah, yeah.
The Departed was good.
Oh yeah, he was in Growing Pains too, wasn't he?
So I said, he is, as far as his catalog of movies and stuff, dude, he's got one hell of a catalog. He'll definitely go down in history as being a really good actor. Like I enjoyed most of his movies. I mean, even before Titanic, he was doing a lot of shit. But Titanic, I would say, probably broke him out on the main stage to be able to get movies where he was on his own. He got like the main role in the movies. Titanic was probably the film that took him to that level where he wasn't just like a side role in the movie. And anybody that got that part was lucky. I mean, the amount of money they spent on that movie, man, he had to have blown James Cameron away to pick him for that role, because they spent a lot. That was probably, I think that was like the biggest budgeted movie at the time in history, was Titanic. Because they built like half the fucking ship in real life for the
Yeah.
movie. They had almost half the damn ship built as a big prop for the movie. I'm kind of wondering I wonder what they ever did with that. I wonder if it's still around. Did they turn it into like a museum or something?
Oh yeah, I think they did like the
What
Titanic museum.
happened?
Justin, who's the guy from Convoy that's died?
Who?
The guy you said had passed away.
From You talking about from the Power Rangers?
No, Convoy.
Convoy. Oh, that was hold on. What was his name?
So she just-
Chris Christopherson?
He was a singer.
He was an actor and singer.
Yeah.
They did both. So
I
she's
would
standing in the
probably-
hallway. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So she's standing in the hallway and she looks at me. She goes, bye. I said, no, come back. She goes, bye.
Yeah.
I said, no, come back. So she goes, ah, rah, rah, rah. I said, stop yelling at me. I'll slap you on your tail. I'm sorry.
So I think I heard that.
Yeah, I don't remember him as a singer, but I do remember him from a bunch of movies. I would have never known he was a singer, to be honest with you. Somebody
No,
told
it
me
might
that.
have been. It might have been Chris Cross that was a singer.
Yeah, Crisscross.
No, he was a singer. I looked him up. He definitely did singing, but I
All right.
just know him from acting. So I didn't know he actually was any kind of a songwriter or anything. But Donald did look up some stuff and said he was. So, and I didn't even know him by name, but I knew his face the minute I saw him. I was like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy," but I didn't know him well enough to really know what his name was. But I definitely know who he is. I've seen him in a lot of movies. But like I said, he did a lot of straight to TV type films as well too. He had a couple of big ones, quite a few big hits, but that's the same thing with Steven Seagal, man. He had some big hits, but then he did a lot of TV, straight to TV type movies too. I don't know. He just got really cheesy the older he got. And then after watching them talk about him, all the UFC fighters, when they were sitting with Joe Rogan talking about him, I can't look at him the same. 'Cause they pretty much called him out for being a fucking phony.
No,
Why
he
was
wasn't.
Who was Joe Rogan? Why was he being a phony for? For what?
It was just the martial art that he was involved in that's
They think is a bullshit martial
different.
art.
It's a different type of martial art.
Right, but it's a type of martial art they don't take that shit serious, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's daft because it's more towards judo than it is towards karate. You're using your opponent's movement and body weight to put him off balance and beat him that way. So it is a proper martial art, and he is bloody good at it. So, it just doesn't involve a lot of hitting and kicking. That's the thing. That's why they don't like it. I mean, bloody hell, capoeira was a Brazilian martial art that looks more like dancing because they were not allowed to fight. It was the Brazilian slaves, and they invented this martial art that looks like dancing just to fool their owners so they didn't get punished.
There was a story about him being on set with somebody, and they challenged him to something or another, and they apparently knocked Steven Seagal right in the fucking face. I'm trying to remember what it was about, though. Some kind of thing between him and another actor. Let me see if I can find something on it.
The reason it is considered a bullshit martial art is because it's not effective unless you're fighting somebody else who is fighting the same style. They play these. They have these rules where the karate or whatever, but mixed martial arts.
Jiu-jitsu or whatever, yeah.
But mixed martial arts allows all the styles to come together, and it has shown that those disciplines on their own are not up to par because you are fixed into those disciplines. But as far as mixed martial arts, you can't go in there. Seagal would not stand a chance against a mixed martial artist, even a middle level, even if he was a.
Yeah, and plus people say that he's not the nicest dude to work with on set neither. He's kind of gotten that reputation. They say he's very full of himself.
I mean, it's even if you want to go back to Bruce Lee, that was his complaint about the different studies of martial arts, is that they were all very fixed and rigid in their discipline, to where it became more stylized fighting than actual fighting.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are several different forms of karate.
Mm-hmm. But when Joe Rogan talks about how it's bullshit, it's because it's an ineffective. There it is.
Well, I think I'm gonna get going and go take myself a little nap. I'm kind of getting tired. I woke up really early this morning, and I don't know why I do that, but
Even TJ's like, I got up at like 9, that crack ass dawn at 9:30. So early.
More
Pretty much.
confusing.
I can never sleep through the night sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah, but more confusing. TJ thinks that going to have a nap is getting going.
Yeah. Get myself a little mid-afternoon nap before I have to go into work. So we'll see you guys later.
It's a power nap,
Bye,
isn't it, TJ? Yeah.
Hey, TJ.
Did TJ say earlier dill pickles were sour? I meant to ask him
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, he did. He said
I
something
wonder if that's just
about
how.
sweet
I wonder
pickles
if that's
and
just.
dill pickles. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just how he perceives them when he eats them, because I've never heard anybody say dill pickles tasted
Well,
sour.
you got sweet
Well,
pickles
no.
and you got dill pickles. They just added dill to it, which makes it a little bit harsher. I don't know if I'd say that they're sour, but
I was gonna say dill pickles are usually brined in vinegar, so yes, they would be sour.
They don't taste sour to me.
And dill is the most vilest.
Well, at least not the idea of what I have of sour.
Do they not taste like vinegar?
Well, dill is a completely different herb. It's got nothing to do with
I mean,
Right,
the
dill-
actual
dill-
thing
dill
that
is
they
not-
I just hate the word
actually
dill. Just
pickle.
pack it in.
Right, but usually when you buy dill pickles here, they are pickled in vinegar. Therefore, a dill pickle usually tastes sour.
I just don't, and my brain doesn't perceive them as tasting sour of what I know as sour in my head.
So do you
in
not
my
think
head.
vinegar is sour?
White
No.
vinegar, no.
No, it doesn't
I think
come off
white
as
vinegar
sour
is-
to me.
White vinegar is actually quite sweet compared with malt vinegar.
I mean, it just doesn't taste sour to me, and I swear to fucking God, you guys ruined pickles for me. I'm gonna get pissed because now I'm gonna go eat a pickle next time. And I'll be like, this bitch tastes sour, and I'm not gonna want to eat it no more.
well, how you tell the difference is get a spoonful of sweet pickles and a spoonful of dill
No,
pickles,
I hate sweet pickles. Ugh, I hate the taste of sweet pickles.
but they're sweet.
I don't like them though. I don't like the flavor of sweet pickles. I like the regular dill pickles. I don't like sweet pickles. Like if I make like tuna fish, like a tuna fish, I use dill relish. I don't use sweet relish. Did I disconnect or is it just quiet? Okay, it's just quiet.
It's just
Mhm.
quiet. I'm thinking about
Yeah.
calling it. There's 10 people watching. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us are on the panel.
Only 5.
Ooh,
Who can't
Well,
you see, Paul?
me, I haven't got my camera on, have I?
Yeah, but you got a background. I can see you.
Okay, everybody, I'm going to call it. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you again later today. Joe, are you going to be around? No, you're doing photos, right? Yep. Okay. All right, everybody.
later.
Hey,
See y'all later.
thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later.
All right.